season. They're in that all-important ninth position within striking distance of a playoff spot.
Yeah, and when you look at Portland, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting, but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony is out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Whiteside in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And looking at the Nets, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Irving is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's LeVert in at the 3, the small forward. Portland shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
You know, you look at what a guy like Trevor Ariza can provide on the backside of his career. The numbers don't tell the story. This guy is a consummate professional.
Dinwiddie passes to Durant. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Whiteside. McCollum outside. Shoots from the baseline. Good on the jump shot. And Doris, you know with Ariza, at this point, it's really about the intangibles.
Well, Kevin, you know that Ariza's going to bring it on the defensive end night in and night out. He's going to make his open shots, but the leadership, the energy, he is a former champion, and you love having that on your side.
Here's Lillard. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Lillard scanning the floor over Irving. And it's Lillard missing.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
McCollum against Irving. McCollum, no good.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
Irving can't hit.
Well, he's got to be embarrassed for attempting that one. You got to think twice about that next time.
Ariza goes in, and that one is off. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. They traveled to Portland last time they faced the Trailblazers and came away with the win.
Yeah, it was a narrow win. But in that last meeting, I think foul trouble for the other side may have really just tipped the scale and allowed them to escape with the W.
Oh, no doubt. Playing aggressively, forcing the action, that often works in your favor, and it did the last time around.
Here's Durant. A miss that time would have put him up. Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to Memphis. McCollum dishes to Carmelo. Over Irving. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by McCollum.
You know, you'd be hard-pressed to find many players in the league that are as strong in the mid-range as Melo.
Here's Dinwiddie. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Irving kicks to Dinwiddie. Back to Irving. Right side Durant. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
What you love about Kevin Durant is he's an MVP level candidate every year, and yet there's a hunger and a thirst to get better at basketball. This is so fun to watch.
It'll count. He can't get that one. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Trailblazers lead by 1. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And this team has shown their toughness and determination. And Kyrie,
what's going to separate us is how close we are. And
they certainly do.
This team has assembled some hard-nosed, unselfish players. No better group for Irving to surround himself with.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
On the perimeter, Harris and Prince. Jordan is out there with Wilson Chandler, and it's Irving in at the point guard position. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. And stolen by Harris. Irving attacking. Good. Irving's got the lead up to 1 now for the Nets.
Oh, tenacious attack by Irving. The handle, the speed, look out.
And last season, a rare 5-by-5 game achieved by Jusuf Nurkic. 24 points, 23 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, Greg, and 5 blocks in a game against the Kings.
And how about the only player ever to log a 20-25-5 game? The Bosnian Beast making a name for himself.
Now here's Lillard following the miss by DeAndre Jordan. Here's Nurkic. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Irving passes to Jordan. Back to Irving. From downtown, that drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Irving's got 5 points now this quarter.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. But players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you.
And for the Nets, team dinners, you go to their practice facility, a beautiful rooftop space for team gatherings. Building chemistry is a focus for this franchise.
And that's not surprising, Greg, given that their front office is part of the San Antonio Spurs tree, so to speak. So staying connected as teammates, especially valuable in today's NBA. Love the culture here.
And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. The Nets shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And guys, I think the future is so bright for Jared Allen. We're talking about an athletic, mobile big man who has already proven to be an accomplished two-way player.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Trailblazers trail by 3. McCollum left side. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And so far this season, shooting at a 75% clip from the line.
And so McCollum nails both of them. 12 seconds left in the first half. Here's KD. The tray. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Nets leading by just 1. And now, we hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah. On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony is out there with Whiteside, and it's Ariza in at the 3 spot.
How about the body control Kevin Durant has? My goodness gracious, takes the punishment and makes the shot anyway.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line in the game.
And last year, excellent at the free throw line, just a shade under 90%.
There are very few players in the world who can do what Kevin Durant does. Under duress of the playoffs or a big moment in the game, Kevin Durant has the skill set and the mentality necessary to finish opponents off.
Here's Irving. They grab their own miss. Allen finds LeVert. Irving way outside and stolen by Lillard. They push it up 4 on 3. And McCollum with the slam.
Beautiful offense. Lillard creates time and again down the floor, whether it be for himself or for his teammates.
And that skill set of Durant's that, Doris, you just mentioned, there really is no comparison in the league.
I agree, Kevin. I mean, just to have that soft touch with that height he has is rare in itself. Now you think about the mobility and creativity to find a shot for himself or others in any situation. That is what makes him one of the all-time greats.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Jordan comes in for Allen, and it's Prince in for Kyrie Irving. Anthony against Durant. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for Brooklyn, and it goes down 2 points. Durant's got 5 points now this quarter.
Man, he is working them over on the inside. I'll tell you this, Kevin Durant every year gets more comfortable with the physicality of defenders. Incredible.
It's McCollum on the wing, guarded by KD, and Anthony gets it to go.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Nets have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Here's Durant, and then Durant with the dunk.
KD is a force of nature. Sensational dunk at the rim.
Portland trailing here. Here's Trent. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. McCollum outside. They get a hand on it. 5 on the clock. And there's the call. It's on Spencer Dinwiddie. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Brooklyn making some changes. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Durant, and Harris subbed in for Karis LeVert. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Hood's checked in for the lead. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Dinwiddie kicks to Harris. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Chandler, no good. Outside Hood. For Portland, they have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
I think we know this about Rodney Hood, Kev. He will play hard on both ends of the floor, and he's a lethal shooter from range.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Nets lead by 2. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Joe Harris, Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Allen, and it's Jordan in at the 4 slot. Nets shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. From the wing, Irving misses.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
To take the lead, shot is good off the back rim and in. 8 points for C.J. McCollum.
A natural score. Give McCollum any room to get his shot off, and he's going to let it fly.
And there it is for him.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Lillard way outside. Brooklyn with the rebound.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? And the jam by Whiteside.
And the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
Timeout called the Nets.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And the guys get a little bit of a break. Mentally, physically, just recharge here quickly.
Durant's checked in for Brooklyn. Karis LeVert comes in for Joe Harris. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Ariza comes in for Hood. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Kenny Atkinson had some words for his team during the break. He said, "This is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it." He really is fired up about this game.
And it's Lillard again missing. The Nets with the lead. Outside, KD. Over McCollum. And there's KD. That's good on the assist by Irving.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
Lillard from outside. It doesn't go for him. The Nets go the other way with it. Irving dishes to Allen. LeVert the pass to Durant. He feeds it to Allen. He hits it from 9. And it's a 6-point Nets lead.
Listen, this guy is far from just a scorer. Kevin Durant loves to share the basketball.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. There's 47 seconds left in the game. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And when a player scores over half his team's points, you know he's going to be our pick. Even when he's been the exclusive focus of the defense, they just haven't been able to keep him in check. A tremendous individual effort.
Tries from 16. Got it. And now they trail by just 4.
Listen, he hits that shot on a regular basis. Give credit to the offense for getting him a clean look. They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
Tries a 3 off the inbound. Rebound by the Trailblazers. McCollum with the ball. Defended by Dinwiddie. And the basket by McCollum.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. From 8, here's Durant. No good on the shot. Excellent D there from Anthony. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 2. 16 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Guys, what's your take?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
Well, they've got to be aggressive, guys, because the defense doesn't want to foul here.
Irving against Lillard. McCollum outside. 3-pointer. Can't get the 3 to fall. Shot is good. But, it looks like this one might get reviewed. Very close on the release. And the last shot is going to be reviewed. Ruled originally a basket. We'll see if it gets overturned, which would end the game. However, if it is ruled good, we'll be heading to overtime. And no, the basket is waved off. The game is over.
And how heartbreaking do you think that is? You've just nailed a fantastic buzzer beater, and then the rug gets pulled out from under you, and the call gets reversed.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times